morning and thank you for joining us on the CW at 9. I'm Chandrea Thomas. With the widespread use of opioids and fentanyl, police are taking extra precautions because the slightest exposure of fentanyl to an officer's body or clothing can have dangerous consequences to their health. I got an inside look at how the drugs are made and how police are battling that epidemic. While the world around us is changing every day, so is the world of drugs. And now fentanyl is one of the most deadly drugs in the U.S. And the Tucson Police Department is getting hit with overdoses and fatalities.
So in 2017, there were 286 total drug overdoses in Pima County, and that includes everything. And that was the highest number that we've seen in Pima County.
KGUN 9 caught up with TPD Counter-Narcotics Lieutenant Chris Wildblood to find out why they changed protocol during drug bust and why those changes can save lives.
The initial scares that were kind of associated with fentanyl, because it's so deadly, we had to kind of up that a little bit.
Not only do police have protection when dealing with fentanyl, canines have protection too. When investigators come into contact with drugs like fentanyl, they wear their protective equipment, like their gloves, their goggles, their gown, and a mask. Wildblood says the Pima County Health Department is also seeing a shift in age when it comes to overdoses, and 70% of those cases are male.
One of the surprising things that's emerged with the data out of Pima County on the overdose deaths, the age group from 50 to 59, there's been more overdoses in that age group than any other.
Wildblood also says another factor is that fentanyl is being harvested in China and smuggled through Mexico to the U.S. But there's another drug making a big impact on the drug scene.
And there's a lot of resources at the federal, state, and local levels going towards the opioid epidemic. But another thing people need to understand is that methamphetamine is as cheap as it's ever been. Methamphetamine killed more people in Pima County probably the last 2 years than any other single drug did.
Investigators say pill mills are churning out thousands of pills on a daily basis, and some use devices like this pill press to make it happen. According to the Arizona Department of Health Services, there have been at least 25,000 suspected opioid overdoses statewide since June of 2017. That's when Governor Doug Ducey declared a public health emergency. Now there are laws in place to make the drugs harder to get.
They might send you out now with only a 3-day supply for your pain, and then suggest you go to like an over-the-counter anti-inflammatory.
And for those dealing with addiction or have a loved one in trouble, police stress the importance of public education and keeping Narcan on hand. Over the last year, more than 900 doses of Narcan have been given to opioid users in Pima County.
I probably go to 4 or 5 community meetings a month for different organizations, as well as I do training for community members if they request it.
Chandrea Thomas, KGUN 9 on your side. There are some new and gruesome details